Good day, and thank you for tuning in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. For all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Pastor Pope, and thank you for allowing us to come into your listening and viewing environment. I serve as senior pastor of New Life Christian Center, located 400 Hillcrest Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. So if you're ever in our area, we invite you to come and worship with us on every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. We invite you to come and experience a better quality of life. And if you are not in our area and you are available at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we go live with the Sunday sermon on our YouTube channel at New Life Christian Center Pastor Pope. So tune in, hear a word from God that will bless your life and enhance the quality of your life. We are here with you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, broadcasting live from the FijiWater.com sponsored studio, where you can discuss careers, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families. You can discuss dating and relationships, whatever's in your heart and whatever's on your mind. God is concerned about that which concerns you. And that is the reason that we are here with you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, which is brought to you daily by Fiji Water, Earth's finest water. You may already know that Fiji water comes from Fiji. However, did you know that it is created by nature? It is untouched by man. It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock, where the water collects in a natural, sustainable artesian aquifer, where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the blue cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. This is not just ordinary water. This is Earth's finest water at FijiWater.com. And for those of you who continue supporting the broadcast by giving on the contribution pages of our websites at NewLifeMinistriesInternational.com and NewLifeInternationalCDC.com, and those of you that use the QR code or the link provided on Facebook and YouTube, and those of you who are now using Zelle on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. We thank all of you for your support and for your commitment as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here for you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. And so I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. However, before I do that, I want to remind everyone, first of all, we want to stay connected with you through our internet radio station, WKAPFaith.com, where we play music that will encourage you, empower you, and inspire you. We play music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So stay connected with us through our internet radio station, WKAPFaith.com. And I want to remind everyone, if you know anyone who is dealing with food insecurities, have them contact our food pantry, New Life Food Source Pantry Incorporated. We will make certain that anyone who is experiencing food insecurities, that problem will be addressed. Have them contact us on the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you want to know, why do men that you want no longer have interest in you? However, the men that you do not want are always on you, you said. So listen, let me first of all begin by saying this. You are attracting all the men you are prepared for at this point in your life. See what, and I want to help all of our listeners and viewers. If you're single out there, the people you attract, you are attracting based on what you're prepared for. So let's make certain we examine the totality of it. You have prepared yourself in a way that someone who looks at you is interested in you because that's what you prepared for. Men only are attracted to women based on what they visually see and prefer. And what I mean by that is, if you've got a whole lot going on and men are attracted to you, it's because you've got a whole lot going on. You want a certain type of man to be attracted to you, but you say men that you want no longer have an interest in you. And the reason is that they no longer have an interest in you is because they're looking for something that's different than the package you're presenting. So now I'm gonna go a little deeper, and I'm sure I'm going to get some emails and texts about this, and you can, I certainly am fine with you communicating with me. Email me at newlifepastor@comcast.net, or you can text the T-Mobile caller text line at 267-992-1424. See, men are visual creatures. Let's start there. So they see you and they look at you and they see what they desire. But you don't really want those type of men. But that's all you've prepared yourself for. So you said they're always on you. The reason they're on you is because you are attracting bees. And when I say bees, meaning boys. And the reason you're attracting them is because they're looking at you and they're saying, okay, she's got a lot going on there. Hair, nails, I'm not judging anyone. What I'm saying is, you got the hair, you got the nails, you got the, not just the hair, but you got a different color hair. You got nails that are doing a whole lot of bling. You are presenting the package to them to a certain type of man. The men you want, you say, are no longer interested, but it wasn't that they were really ever interested. They were trying to get to know you to see where you were at. So they went beyond the package, and they were like, well, and you presented a different package at one time. But they went beyond the package and said, okay, let me see what the substance is. Let me see what she's talking about. Let me see what's inside. And what you showed them was, I'm looking for this and I'm looking for that, and I'm trying to catch a bag, and I want somebody that's gonna, conform to the world. So they lose interest because in their mind you're not prepared for them, for what they have to offer. You're not prepared for stability and consistency. You're prepared for fun and pleasure. And that is what you're attracting. Men who are boys who still want to have fun and a little pleasure. So, I'm just keeping it real today and saying you're attracting what you're prepared for. So if you want something different, you're going to have to change up. And I'm not suggesting that you have to change your personality. I'm not suggesting that you can't enjoy life. What I am suggesting is that you're going to have to change up some things. You're going to have to present yourself in a way that you attract what you're interested in attracting. So that means you've got to change your style just a bit. It can't be all bling and glitter. It's got to be, this is who I am, and this is what I want to accomplish in life. It can't be all about, hanging out, having fun, because fun is overrated. I've said that before. It can't be about just hanging out and feeling good for the moment. It has to be more about a great quality of life. But you're not there yet. At this point, you've prepared yourself for that pleasure that you were searching for. And that's where you are. And although we often talk about meeting people where they are and building them up from there, no man is going to be able to change you, and no man is going to want to spend the time and effort to change you. So you have to prepare yourself for what you want. You have to prepare yourself for what you want to attract. And then let him find you, because he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. So let me say this from a man's perspective. What you have to realize is that if you want to be a wife, you got to prepare yourself to be a wife. You have to present yourself to be a wife. If you're presenting yourself to be a girlfriend, you're going to become someone's girlfriend. And if you become a girlfriend, you're only going to attract boyfriends. So you still want to be a girl, he's still being a boy. When you get to the point where you don't want to just be someone's girlfriend, then you have to prepare yourself to be a wife. And that requires everyone to look through the eyes of maturity. And right now in our society, our society's a mess. I'm just going to keep it real. Our society is a mess because people don't really look at what building a great quality of life requires. They only look at how they can feed their flesh for a moment. They only look at how they can be entertained. They only can look at how they can feel good for a moment. And none of that is going to build a great quality of life. And so I'm saddened by where we are in our society right now. And I'm prayerful about that because I feel that, or I'm observing, I won't even say feeling, I'm observing that we are not building a great quality of life. We're surviving life. And it's going to take me into another communication, but we're just, at this point, we're just surviving life. We're not thriving through life. You know, people will say they are, but they're really not. If we're still chasing illusions and still chasing a good time and we're not thriving. We're surviving life. What I want to encourage people to do is really focus on thriving. I want to encourage people to focus on maximizing their success and maximizing the quality of life. And so, in order to do that, you have to prepare yourself. And you haven't prepared yourself for the men that you desire to experience in life. You've prepared yourself for the boys who are looking for fun and games. So, I'm going to say to you at this point, it's time to try a different approach. It's time for you to really have a different approach about the way you want to live life and what you want to accomplish in life. Because you're only attracting what you've prepared yourself for at this point in life. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. So if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, you may call or text on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424. We will move you into our queue so that you may have the opportunity to become a T-Mobile customer and experience America's largest and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. Taxes and fees are included in your bill, and if you auto pay by attaching a credit card to your account, you will receive a discount on your monthly bill. at T-Mobile, America's largest and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. I'm going to address another communication came in from one of our listeners and viewers. However, before I do that, I want to remind everyone that this segment of the broadcast is brought to you by PorscheAmerica.com. If you are in the market for a high-performance automobile, one of the finest high-performance automobiles ever manufactured, go to PorscheUSA.com. You will have the opportunity to virtually build out the Porsche you desire to own. If you're in our area, you can simply go to PorscheDelaware.com, ask to speak to Mike Didio, who's the general manager at PorscheDelaware.com. He will have someone assist you in selecting the Porsche you desire to own. And if you currently own a Porsche and you are in the need of service, go to PorscheDelaware.com, ask to speak to Mike Adams, who is the service manager at PorscheDelaware.com. He will have someone schedule an appointment for you, and they will pick up your vehicle at your home or office, provide you with the loaner vehicle, and return your vehicle to you when your service has been completed at PorscheDelaware.com. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated you had such amazing plans for your life and your family. However, your family does not want to adhere to your plan. It feels as though it has been a waste of time and you are saddened by that. Okay, so let me say this to you. Don't be sad. Listen, if your family doesn't want to adhere to the plan you developed, then you have to realize it's not a waste of your time, because you were putting together a plan that would have a significant impact. But now, because they don't want to adhere to the plan, now you must revise your plan. And you must decide what you want to do with the plan that you develop. How do you want to pursue philanthropy, charitable endeavors? How do you want to impact the society in which we live? And then make some revisions to your plan. That's all. Don't be saddened by it. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And truth be told, you're not missing out on the opportunity. They're missing the opportunity, because you have accomplished great things. And you could show them how to accomplish great things if they could get out of their own way. So, because they have decided that their way is more important, and their way is more important to them, I should say, and that your way is not the way that they would like to live, then you now need to decide what you're going to do with the rest of your success. Don't be saddened by it. It's not a waste of time. Now you understand, you know what you're dealing with. So now you just begin the process of moving forward. Don't allow anything to hold you back from accomplishing what you would like to accomplish to impact our society. Just keep moving forward. There's no need for you to be saddened by their decisions. If you do that, you're going to find that you'll have an impact that surpasses your own desires. Because you'll be able to influence the lives of others. You'll be able to impact the lives of others. The truth of the matter is, sometimes family takes for granted what's right in front of them, because they've known you for a long time. You're their family. They don't expect great things from you. They only expect what you do to be the norm. That's their expectation. But you had a much broader perspective. It's called vision in the Christian faith. You have vision. And you wrote the vision and you made it plain and you shared it so that he that sees it may run to it. But they choose to run away from it. And that's okay. Don't be saddened by that. It's not a waste of time to have a plan. You wrote the vision, you made it plain, and you shared it. And now they've chosen their own way of life. But now you know. You know what you're dealing with. And you know what their plans are. And truth be told, they don't really have a plan. They have a life. So I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, let's focus on this. Just make sure you write the vision and make it plain. That you know that he that reads it may run to it. That you know what you're doing to run towards your plan. And whatever plans you made for you and your family, just make revisions to your plan. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be productive. It's all, look, this is going to take me into another communication, but I just want to take a brief moment to pause and do a little business with our listeners and viewers. So, if you're in the real estate business and you are in need of funding, whether you're flipping houses, whether you're doing residential development, whether you're doing commercial development, New Life International Community Development Corporation has become your private money broker lender. Contact us, text us on the T-Mobile caller text line. We will make certain that you have funding for your projects. At 267-992-1424 on the T-Mobile caller text line. 267-992-1424. Whatever your projects are, as long as they're not owner occupied, we will make certain you have funding for your projects. And this segment of the broadcast is going to be brought to you by Charles Tyrwhitt, located in London, the UK. They also have stores in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and at the King of Prussia Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So if you're in any of those areas, stop in at their retail stores. They have everything a man could possibly need. I'm in Charles Tyrwhitt attire today. And if you're not in those areas, you can order from Charles Tyrwhitt at ctshirts.com. And the White Company, located in London, the UK. They also have a store on Fifth Avenue in New York. So if you're in New York, stop in at the retail store. They have everything you could possibly need. Home goods, clothing for men, women, and children. And if you're not in New York, you can order from The White Company at thewhitecompany.com. They too will ship and deliver right to your front door in an appropriate period of time. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated you feel as though life is coming to an end and you are not certain that you have gotten the most out of life and you want to know what. So what should you do? Okay. You said, what do you do? And my response to that is this. Keep living until the end. Explore every opportunity that God places before you. You see, we pray that God will open doors no man can shut and that he'll close the doors that he does not want us to enter. But if he's opened the door, there's a door of opportunity there. Because there's a door of opportunity there, you go in, enter in the door and explore the opportunities. But just because you feel like life is coming to the end, you've got to keep living until it does. It's not over until it's over. You still have the opportunity to do something great with your life. If you're still living, you still have the opportunity for greatness. And what I mean by greatness is building a great quality of life and doing something that's going to impact the society in which we live. Keep living until the end, whenever the end may come. You know, you've got to think about it in these terms. Every day that God gives us the breath of life, He expects us to do something great with it. He expects us to take the opportunity to do something great that is going to impact our society, the society in which we live. That's God's expectation for us, is that we will maximize every opportunity. So let's look at it from this perspective. You have the opportunity to do something great. You've got to pursue every opportunity. You've got to keep living until the end. When the end comes, it's over. But until then, you have to live every day to its fullest. Live to bring God His glory. Make certain that everything you're doing unto the Lord. In other words, you're trying to make certain that you can get the most out of the life that God is giving you. You know, every day has to mean something. Every day we have to be willing to give our greatest effort to bring Him glory. Because it's another day that He's made. It's another day that He's given us to do something greater than we did the day before. Every day has to mean something to us. So you've got to keep living it until the very end. Explore every opportunity. And pray that prayer. As I said, God, open doors no man can shut. Close the doors you do not want me to enter. If there's an open door, that means it's a door of opportunity if you're praying that prayer. It's not something that the enemy is trying to trap you with. It's not, the donkey's not behind the door. You got to know if the door is open, God has opened the door for you. And then you enter in. And once you enter into that opportunity, you make the most of it. Do everything that you can possibly do within your human power to maximize the opportunity that God gives you every single day. And trust God for the rest. Listen, God doesn't waste a breath of life. He doesn't. Every day means something to God. Every day that He gives each of us means something to Him. So we have to take advantage of maximizing each day. And listen, at the end of the day, only what you do for the Lord is going to last. So everything you do as unto Him. Do it as if Christ Himself came before you and asked you to perform that task. Do it with all your might. Give it all you have. And at the end of the day, make certain that you're spent, that everything you've poured out of you, everything that God has poured into you, knowing that it's going to please God, it's going to bring Him glory. And listen, even if you don't get the result that you expected to get at the end of the day, trust God that maybe tomorrow it will get the result that God wanted. Maybe the next day it will get the result that God wanted. Maybe a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, but whatever, God's going to have His way. Because whatever He's poured into you and you pour out, it's going to bring God some glory. It's going to serve His purpose. And let's keep it real. We're only here for His purpose. We're not here for our own purposes. We sometimes get confused and believe that we are. But we're not. We're here so that His will can be done. We're here for His purpose. We're here for His glory. It's all about Him. It's not about any of us, any one of us. It's all about Him. And that's the way we have to live this life. That's how we're going to build a great quality of life. And the good news is that when we do that, there are benefits to that. There's health and prosperity. There's joy, unspeakable joy. There's peace. And there's nothing more important than having the peace of God in all of our lives. Today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast has been brought to you by Fiji Water. A taste of paradise will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. May God bless you today. May God keep his face turned towards you. May God give you peace that surpasses all understanding. You don't want to miss this month. I am doing a series that is going to include grace, mercy, provision, and favor. If you're in our area, come and worship with us at New Life Christian Center every Sunday at 10 a.m., 400 Hillcrest Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. And if you're not in our area, tune in for the Sunday